The last tour I did over here, I would turn up early everywhere I was going because I didn't want to, you never know about the traffic. And then my pre-show ritual was to find a bowling alley and go bowling. And in Barnstaple, I didn't have time, so I took the audience out afterwards.
How many of you went bowling?
240 people.
Wow, that's impressive.
So I called ahead, I called the bowling alley and said, I want to bring my audience, is that all right?
So when you go to Yeovil tonight, which
Yes.
you are,
Yep.
Are they all going to be very disappointed when they don't go bowling after?
They are now, thanks.
Yes. Good luck with that one.
I'll do it. I've got 22 dates on this tour, and I reckon maybe 3 or 4 we might do it.
Oh, so it's like a lottery?
I think so.
You never know.
Yeah, I hadn't really planned to do it. But
now you've said it out loud on national TV, I think you might have to.
I love it.
And the weird thing was, I remember calling the bowling alley and saying, look, I want to bring a whole bunch of people. I don't know how many there are going to be. How much is it going to cost to hire the alley for an extra hour from like 11 o'clock till midnight? And they said, they called me back and said, about £150. Mm. And I went, I don't think that price is right. How about 300? I actually haggled them up because I didn't think...
Stop doing that.
I just figured I'm going to bring 250 people
you
down there.
never admit to that on the telly.
Oh, yeah.
So much trouble now.
I've ruined it for the next
So
four.
the tour is Clown Heart.
Yes.
Laughing in the face of death.
Yes.
And this was an idea. Was it your daughter that sort of came out with
it? Was kind of, it was a number of things. My daughter's 4, well, she's 5 now, but when she was 4, both of her grandfathers had just passed away. Yeah. And we had a moment where we were sitting in the bath together, which is OK, because she's, like, you're allowed to have a bath with your 4-year-old daughter, aren't you?
Yeah,
that's all right?
She's your daughter.
And, 19, that'd be weird. But we don't have a 19-year-old.
No. She's
the nanny. So I was in the bath with my daughter, and we're talking, and she said, what happened to Papa, which was my father? And I said, well, he went up to the sky. He got sick, and he got really sick, and then he went up to the sky, and he's up there, and he looks after us from the sky. And she went, Mummy said he died. I'm going to have to explain that one. So we kind of had this conversation about what death was, and she summed up for me how everyone in the history of everything has ever dealt with death, because she went, I don't want to die, Daddy. I like my new soap. You've nailed it.
But
no one wants to.
How do you turn this into comedy?
Well, then I said to her, well, how about we just have as much fun as we possibly can? I'll make you laugh, you make me laugh, and we'll just be clown hearts for the rest of our lives together. And that was kind of...
And that's where it came from.
That's where it started. And then there was a guy in the audience of a TV show I was doing in Australia called Craig Coombs, and he had thyroid cancer. Mm. And his way of dealing with it was to get nude every Tuesday, take a photo and upload it and call it Naked Tuesday, to laugh in the face of cancer. Clown Heart was really inspired by him. The second half of Clown Heart is all about, finding the fun in... When my father had cancer, we always dealt with it by laughing.
Right.
And then whenever I've done this show in Australia, Craig has come out on stage with me, and we've kind of done a strip at the end of the show while singing a song called In Your Face Cancer.
Yeah.
Wow.
So this particular tour, he wasn't well enough to leave Australia, but I think he's going to FaceTime it every night.
Oh, amazing.
It's what you do. You laugh in the face of everything. Disability, certainly.
Yeah, maybe that's why, I don't know, but I like the idea of just facing really serious things by being incredibly childish.
Yeah, and that's why Last Leg has worked so well.
Well, I think, what happened during the Paralympics was I'd been to Beijing in 2008 and I'd seen the Paralympics and I'd seen how amazing they were, but how funny they are, because I hung out with all the Paralympians and they'd poke fun at, the blind people would poke fun at the people in wheelchairs, and they'd poke fun at the people with cerebral palsy in a really lovely way. So I knew there was a lot of comedy to be had there. And then in 2012, when the Paralympics came around here, everyone was talking about it. We wanted to celebrate it with our show, The Last Leg, but we also wanted to show that it's fun and to go, it's OK, you're allowed to have fun with what goes on.
The Last Leg, it kind of changed the way you saw your own disability as well, because you hadn't really spoken about the fact that you had a prosthetic leg. You just sort of kept it hidden, didn't say anything. Yeah. And that's changed as well.
So much, I think, and especially when you see people running on blades, they look so cool during the Paralympics. And I was at home in Australia over Christmas, and I've got a blade now. For the first time in my life.
And how are you finding it?
Oh, loving it. I keep showing it off to everyone because it just, as far as I'm concerned, that is the coolest thing in the world.
Oh, I see.
So it's got one of those blades that go under there. So I can hop, for the first time in my life, I can hop on my right foot, which I could never...
And is that good?
Oh, my God.
And how does
it's so liberating.
Good.
I've never known how good it was to hop on my right foot.
I didn't realise you could put a shoe over a blade. Because you normally think of them as kind of being for sports or for running or for hopping or for doing those sorts of things. But I didn't realise that.
They've put a little heel attachment on it as well, so that you can put a shoe on it.
Okay, amazing. Wow.
So I actually took it for a run over the weekend for the first time, and it was really weird because one foot springs a lot more than the other foot now.
Does it?
So
Probably in a better way. It's probably better for running, isn't it?
Oh, it's great for running. For the first time ever, my left leg was struggling to keep up.
Yeah. Really?